What's up guys, this is Jack Boltwait. Right now we are going to fix the train. It doesn't work anymore. I don't know, maybe motors is blown out or maybe it's burned or something. So we need to find out that. This is toys for the kids. This is the powertrains and this is the box for that. You can see they have a remote control, and you know if you have a problem with that, so the only thing you need to do is to fix the motor or find out what is the problem. Okay, I already did remove all of this here. I should show you how to disassemble, but I can show it to you later on how to assemble them. So right now I already disassembled them. Be careful when you're removing them because they are very little tiny parts. So yeah, so right now because motor is not running, and I was thinking about maybe it the gear on here, it caught with a lot of hair, so that's why I was trying to remove it, and then there's nothing in there, and then I tried to replace the battery. Same thing, it works down here. As you can see, there's a light coming out there, all right, but the motor is not working properly. That's not been turning anything, but there's a power continuously going through. So what I'm going to do now is to test the motor to bypass the positive to the positive on here on the front of the battery where the connection is. So the positive side of this here is in the blue color, which is normally that's a red color wire, but they use blue, and then you have this black color, which is your negative one. So right now we're going to bypass that using a screwdriver, a small screwdriver, so that we can see if it's the motor still running or not. Alright guys, we're going to try the motors, so be careful not to miss those parts down there, and we're gonna use this small screwdriver to bypass that motor from this positive here into the positive right there. So be careful not to to remove that small wires. They are very tiny. So now we're gonna try to bypass this thing here. You just stick this positive here, and then you're just gonna sit in. We're just gonna get some small screwdriver down over here, there, and then let me sit down over here if it's gonna work. All right, there. You see, if you can see it is turning the motor, so mean the motor is working, so there's no problem, it's not burnout, so it's working. So we bypass that in there in the positive side. So, and as you can see, the motor is turning, so there's no problem on that motor. So yeah, there. So right now what we're going to do is to check here on the capacitor where it's coming from the blue color here, that is your positive, and it was connected next to the capacitor. So the you have AC over, I mean you have a IC down over here with three legs down over here. This which is your NPN, and this is your switch on over here. So before we go over there, we need to try this thing out first. I'm gonna try to bypass this capacitor. You have three capacitor. If this thing is gonna kick, so first you need to turn it on. Okay, that is working there. You have a light. So now we're gonna bypass from capacitor to the positive side. Okay, let's see if the motor is gonna kick. Oh, there you go. So you see there's no problem on the parts are down over here because uh, the motor is running. So what I'm going to do down over here in this PCB board, something wrong on here. Maybe the connection is came off, or maybe it's heated up because yeah, when kids playing them, maybe the motor is not working really good. So maybe something wrong on the gear, so it will stop. So now we're just trying to do this thing here. There you go, it's running. So we're going to solder this thing. We're gonna use some our solder, so that we can put it connect there. Because if you turn it off here and you connect down there, it's not gonna work anything. Because there's no continuity right there. There's no power going through. So what we're going to do is to use our Bernzomatic right here. Okay, this is a torch. You put this thing in. Okay, and then you need to use lead. This is your lead, so you can solder that, or you can use also electrical. You just put it, plug it in, and you can use that one too. So right now we're going to solder this to make it sure there's a connection on there going towards to the switch. So everything is good working. So that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, we're just gonna start to heat it up our Bernzomatic, our torch. Okay, this is more easier, it's faster than the electric one. So yeah, you can see right there, it's burning now. Because if I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna wait it for at least 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes to heat it up, and then this one I can just solder it right away. Alright guys, everything is soldered down over here. We connect that down the bottom. I don't know if you can see that there. So we already did. Now we're just gonna turn this thing on, the switch, and you can see how the motor is gonna work. There you go. With the lights on the front, and the motor is running. So it means you have a loose connection on the PCB board. So that's why maybe it's loose for a long time, and then that's the only thing you need to do is to connect them together. You need to solder it. So when you solder that, then it's gonna be works really good again, because this little train like this powertrain, they are not cheap to buy them, so it's better to save it. If you know what to do, that's the only thing you need to do. Try to try the motor, connect it to the battery, get some source of power to connect. You see on motors you have only two, and here you have negative and positive. So same thing as on the battery, you have positive and negative, so you just connect that, bypass that, and then if the motor is working, so something wrong on the PCB board. If there's something wrong that you cannot fix it here, and you cannot buy the parts, so you don't need to worry about that thing, because sometimes it's difficult to replace all those small parts like this, because these are made in the factory. When they make this thing, how they made this thing. I see this thing when they working out on this thing, it's not a human doing this thing, it's a machine that's doing this thing. They weld it in the machine. Only people's doing is to put all the IC to put it in, and then or normally machine is the one who's doing weld everything in here. you know so like I said, well, way back then, everybody else making, put the capacitor, the IC, everything, the wires, you put it yourself. You put them here as long as you know how to read where they're gonna go. Like this capacitor here, the capacitor, they have two legs, so you're gonna put in the capacitor IC. You need to find the positive, negative on this thing, because they have NPN. And here, this three of here, the switch, you know how to do that. Lights right here, this is the LED, so you need to LED lights here. So that's what you need to do. So right now everything is working. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can hear it also. There you go. See? So now everything is good. I already fixed the problem because this has never been used for a while. My son never used it because, you know, I need to find out what is the problem of this thing. So now I, figure out what is the problem. So it's a save of money, because right now you have nothing to do. Just do something, be proactive because of this situation right now in the world. So people getting proactive for everything. People getting any ideas what to do. So but like me, but I'm doing this for for a long time. I used to be using this one, fixing this, fixing that, TV, everything, stuff like that. So I just learned something on this one, and yeah, that's the only thing you need to do. So fix that, easy. And then now we're gonna put it back, everything. All right, guys, everything is done over here. This mini train, power train, and okay, and we have the lights on there. You can see the front off, and you can see the motor right there. The wheels is turning, and we can try it down over here. Try it down over here. There you go. Now we only missing is the tracks. Okay, so everything is working now. So that's how you do to save the toys. And instead of buying them, if you can fix them, fix it. So right now I fix this thing here. Now there you go. So just only missing is the tracks. All right. Okay. All right. So that's how you do when you fix toys for your kids or a mini train. And these are a powertrain. You can make it longer. These are very powerful. They have the tracks, and you can make it longer. And these are expensive toys also. So all right, guys, this is Jackal Trade. Thank you for watching again, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, thank you, and you have a great day and blessed day. Thank you. Bye bye. All right, you see the train? It's working. We got a short tracks down over here. Let's see, make it more longer there if you want to connect it that. There you go. You see? That's how you save your little train. Better to save it than to buy it.